The global effort to get goods to store shelves this holiday season could be slowed by a drought affecting the Panama Canal, one of the world's key shipping routes.
Delivery delays and rising costs are becoming a global concern, driven by the Red Sea crisis and the ongoing drought in Panama. Recently, over 50 ships were seen waiting to transit the Panama Canal. The canal's operator has been forced to reduce the number of crossings due to an extended drought, resulting in longer waiting times. On top of this, ships now face tolls nearly 8 times higher than before. Meanwhile, container ships navigating Egypt's Suez Canal are either waiting for naval escorts or taking an alternative route, a much longer journey around South Africa, adding over 7,000 miles to their voyage. Global trade is bearing the brunt of these disruptions, which stem from a combination of geopolitical and climate-related challenges in the Suez and Panama regions. Cargo volumes passing through the Panama and Suez canals have dropped by more than 33%. To cope, many ships have diverted to longer routes, leading to significant delivery delays, skyrocketing transportation costs, and widespread economic repercussions. In this challenging context, the need for a viable alternative to the Panama and Suez canals has never been more critical. A solution that could alleviate these trade bottlenecks would transform global commerce. Today, we'll dive into the development of a potential game changer, the Northern Sea Route. This emerging trade passage has the potential to disrupt the dominance of the Panama and Suez canals. If you're excited to learn more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. It's the best way to support the channel and stay updated. For centuries, explorers have been captivated by the legendary Northwest Passage, a sea route that connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Canadian Arctic archipelago. Its discovery was heralded as a groundbreaking Arctic route, promising a faster and more profitable path to East Asia. However, the harsh and perilously cold conditions made navigation extremely difficult, if not impossible, leaving the route largely inaccessible. This remained the case until the effects of climate change began to alter the Arctic landscape, unlocking new possibilities. Today, the Northwest Passage is uniquely positioned as a potential major route for global commerce. It offers immense opportunities, but also introduces significant risks. With shorter Arctic routes becoming increasingly viable due to melting summer ice, we may be witnessing the beginning of a new era in global trade, one that could challenge the Panama and Suez Canal's dominance. The magnitude of this shift raises important questions. What are the benefits of shipping via the Arctic compared to the traditional canal routes? And is increased Arctic shipping a realistic possibility in the near future? To answer these questions, let's first explore the advantages of transporting goods through the Panama Canal versus the emerging Arctic routes. Completed in 1914, the Panama Canal revolutionized global trade by connecting the world's 2 largest oceans. Since Panama assumed control of the canal in 1999 under the Panama Canal Authority, it has played a pivotal role in the country's diplomatic and economic strategies. This enduring importance has made the canal a cornerstone of international shipping until now. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the Arctic's growing role in global trade and the challenges and opportunities it presents. Approximately 40% of Panama's economy depends on the canal and its associated services, making it a vital pillar of the nation's financial stability. In recent years, canal revenue has grown nearly 5-fold since 1999. Official data from 2019 marked a record high, with tolls generating $2.59 billion in revenue. Today, up to 90% of the world's crude oil and natural gas tankers navigate through its expanded locks, further cementing its importance in global trade. However, the melting of polar ice is poised to disrupt even a modernized Panama Canal. Despite its increasing revenues and technological advancements, the Arctic's shorter routes present a formidable challenge. Shorter shipping routes equate to lower costs, a key factor that has historically defined the Panama Canal's competitiveness. Since its inception, the canal has revolutionized global trade by providing a direct maritime transit link between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. But if a more convenient and seemingly cost-free Arctic route becomes accessible, the Panama Canal's dominance could be undercut, threatening its very existence. The vulnerabilities of the Suez Canal are also worth examining. Reliant on geopolitical stability and prone to blockages and congestion, the Suez Canal's long-term viability could be similarly at risk as the Arctic route emerges as a credible alternative. Could the Arctic truly dethrone these iconic canals? Let's continue exploring this transformative shift in global trade. The potential economic implications of reduced traffic through the Suez Canal could be profound. A shift in trade routes toward the Arctic Sea route may result in decreased revenue and operational challenges for the canal. Such a shift would not only impact Egypt's economy, but also ripple across global trade systems. The Arctic Ocean is undergoing unprecedented levels of ice melting. Since 1979, approximately 3.15 million square kilometers of late summer ice have disappeared, with an average annual loss of around 76,800 square kilometers. This dramatic change is opening up new possibilities for global shipping. The Northwest Passage, which could become ice-free during summer months, offers the fastest route from East Asia to the eastern coast of North America. This alternative eliminates the need for the longer and more congested journey via the Suez Canal. Additionally, the Northeast Passage along northern Russia's coast presents another potential route for international shipping. Between these two lies the Transpolar route, a more direct but challenging option. This route could bypass many of the territorial, navigational, and depth-related challenges associated with the Northwest Passage. Scientists predict that summer ice in the Northwest Passage could disappear as early as 2030. This raises an important question. Is the growing use of the Northwest Passage a temporary phenomenon or the beginning of a long-term trend? In 2013, the vessel Nordic Orion made history by bypassing the Panama Canal, saving $200,000 and shaving 4 days off its voyage from Vancouver to Finland by using the Northwest Passage. Similarly, in 2017, the Finnish icebreaker Norday set a record by completing a 10,000-kilometer journey through the Arctic in just 24 days. While these individual transits have had a minimal overall impact on global shipping, they set a powerful precedent. As shorter routes with reduced costs and emissions gain attention, the potential for significantly increased traffic through the Arctic grows. This shift poses a serious challenge to the supremacy of the Panama and Suez canals, as the Arctic route's appeal may increasingly attract major shipping companies. Despite its promise, the development of the Arctic Sea route comes with a hefty price tag. Substantial investments are required to turn this ambitious project into reality. One major expense is the development of essential infrastructure. This includes constructing ports, terminals, and navigational aids to support the anticipated surge in shipping activity. Additionally, the procurement and maintenance of icebreaker fleets are crucial to ensure safe passage through the icy Arctic waters. These specialized vessels play a vital role in navigating the challenging conditions of the region, making them an indispensable component of Arctic shipping operations. With these high costs in mind, let's explore whether the benefits of the Arctic Sea route outweigh its economic and logistical challenges. Furthermore, the limited infrastructure along the Arctic Sea route presents significant logistical challenges for shipping companies. The scarcity of ports, terminals, and support services can hinder operations and increase costs, making strategic planning and infrastructure development essential. A critical factor determining the immediate threat to the Panama and Suez canals is whether Arctic routes can safely and efficiently accommodate non-specialized vessels within the shortest possible time frame. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, is actively addressing these concerns through the Polar Code, which sets stringent readiness requirements for Arctic operations. These include restrictions on vessel activities and mandates for structural enhancements like double hulls and reinforced bottoms to improve safety. One of the key challenges is transitioning to alternative fuel sources. While heavy fuel oil remains cost-effective and widely used in maritime shipping, its environmental impact has led to contentious and ongoing efforts to ban its use in the Arctic. Such measures could severely limit the number of cargo ships eligible to operate in the region. The concept of unrestricted passage in the Arctic also loses appeal when factoring in the higher costs of alternative fuels, additional crew training, and the need for modern or specially adapted vessels. These requirements present substantial financial and logistical barriers, raising doubts about the viability of widespread Arctic shipping in the near term. These challenges represent just the beginning of the costs and efforts required to transform the Arctic into a profitable and secure shipping route. Meanwhile, the Arctic's isolation and developmental hurdles remain perhaps the ultimate barriers to replacing the Panama and Suez canals as dominant trade routes. Increased shipping activity in the Arctic region also brings a host of environmental challenges that must be carefully addressed. One of the primary concerns is the potential impact on marine ecosystems, wildlife habitats, and indigenous communities in the Arctic. Noise pollution, disturbances to wildlife, and the risk of oil spills pose significant threats to the delicate balance of this fragile environment. To mitigate these risks, robust measures must be implemented to prevent pollution, oil spills, and excessive carbon emissions from Arctic shipping. Strict regulations, advanced spill response technologies, and sustainable practices, such as using cleaner fuels and energy-efficient measures, are essential to minimizing the environmental footprint of increased shipping activity in the region. The development of the Arctic sea route presents a complex tapestry of challenges and opportunities. From the significant investments required to build infrastructure to the logistical difficulties of navigating icy waters and unpredictable weather, the Arctic route poses a unique set of obstacles that must be overcome. What do you think? Could the Arctic sea route eventually replace the Panama and Suez canals as the world's primary trade corridors? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.